Man, imagine building your entire career on something only for it to just rip apart from the inside out like you just ate too much Taco Bell and probably had a fifth of tequila you shouldn't have had. Now that's Bo Burnham, alright, a comedian, musician, and a living paradox. Now this man critiques the internet, yet he thrives on it. He mocks fame, yet wears it like a second skin, like the most royal gem to his crown. Today, we're going to be peeling back the layers of one of the most fascinating figures in the entertainment industry. So fasten your seatbelts, because y'all going on a roller coaster ride. A ride to discover the most fascinating controversy in show business. We call it the Bo Burnham Paradox. Other people call it too much chili. Anyway, for those of y'all that don't know him, the first question arises in their mind. Who the hell is Bo Burnham? Alright, let me give you the rundown. The guy's a comedian, a musician, a filmmaker. The dude's kind of an all-around genius. So Bo started out in the mid-2000s on YouTube, putting out these hilarious musical comedy videos that's gonna crack you up. The guy's also done comedy specials like Make Happy, and one of his best performances, Inside, was released during the pandemic in 2021 and became the talk of the town. Well, it ain't just Inside that gave him some fame. His unique style has always dragged him into the limelight. Catchy songs, sharp social commentary, and some pretty heavy stuff. Now his approach has always been a little different. A perfect blend of controversy and clever humor, pushing boundaries while making y'all think and laugh at the same time. Now look, when I say heavy, I'm talking about some serious stuff like mental health, fame, and internet addiction. You know, not all that light and fun stuff that a lot of comedians be talking about. But that's also the same thing that makes the man so interesting. He manages to make you laugh and think at the same time. The paradox, though, he criticizes the very things that made him famous, and yet he's still a part of that world. That world is his whole identity, in fact. And that's the real reason that Bo is not everybody's cup of tea. Now, his comedy ain't afraid to hit serious issues head on. He jokes about mental health, but there's real pain underneath the punchlines. Some people find his humor a little uncomfortable because he touches on stuff like anxiety, depression, and the darker side of fame in a witty tone. But I mean, that's kind of the point, right? That takes us back to his famous work Inside. Watching his remarkable performance is like looking into your own brain and seeing all the mess laid out for you. Bo once said, "A few people know me, and a few people that do know me only know me because they dig my stuff." And if you're one of those people, then you know exactly what he's talking about. His comedy can feel a little too honest sometimes, and that's what makes it so unique. Now, speaking of uniqueness, one of the most significant things about Bo Burnham's style is his unusual use of irony and humor. He pokes fun at internet culture, social media, and the weird ways that we obsess over fame. Now here's the twist, man. He's doing this whole bit while benefiting from those exact same things. I mean, come on, he became famous on YouTube, right? He critiques social media, but let's be real. We wouldn't even be talking about him right now without it. I mean, nobody would have even heard or known of this guy, right? So his stance is like he's saying, well, hey man, the whole system is broken, but thanks for watching anyway. Keep rooting for me. Your number one bud. Now, he's both part of the machine and actively working to expose it. Now, he once gave the advice, liquidize your assets, buy Powerball tickets. It works. Now, it's kind of funny because, yeah, it worked for him, but he's also aware of how ridiculous it is to take that advice seriously. This is one of the reasons that makes his comedy hit so hard. The dude is super aware of the contradictions in his own life and his own career. But that's also what keeps his audience hooked. Now, he's not just saying, hey, look at the world that's messed up. Instead, he's more like, hey, look at me, I'm a part of the problem, and I'm gonna be honest about it, but I ain't gonna leave it anyway. Like my channel, subscribe, give me your views and your monies. So here's the core of the paradox, right? He blames the fame, but he also thrives on it. I mean, he is famous after all. He criticizes the internet, but he's also a product of it. Without the internet, this dude wouldn't even be a celebrity in the first place. Like, he mocks the idea of performance, but his entire career is built on performing. I mean, that's kind of ironic and a little moronic at the same time. That's like saying, blood, I reject thee, while it's pumping through your veins, keeping you alive. Let's consider it this way. If we talk again about his latest work Inside, or at least the latest of all that he's performed till now, Netflix categorized it as comedy, but anybody who's seen it knows that it is not entirely true. It's got a lot more than just plain comedy. Like, sure, there's some funny songs like White Woman's Instagram to poke fun at the ridiculousness of Instagram culture, but there's also a lot of dark, deep stuff in there too. It ain't just about jokes. It's about Bo's struggle with anxiety, isolation, and his complicated relationship with performing. It's a perfect blend of comedy, horror, and a little bit of depression mixed in for good measure. And here's another little twist to it that makes it even more impressive. The project is filmed entirely by himself, alone, in one room for over a year during the pandemic. This thing is almost like a horror movie, but y'all can't look away because deep down, you recognize the feelings that he's putting out there. Like, one minute you laughing, and the next you feel like, wait a minute, am I actually doing okay right now? And the fun part is that Bo himself knows how absurd it all is. He even said once, don't take advice from people like me who have gotten really lucky. We are very blessed. I mean, the man's aware that he's living in the paradox, advising people on how messed up the entertainment world is while also making a lot of money from it. You know, that's more like debating on a healthy lifestyle while enjoying takeout regularly. I could go for some nuggets. Alright, so one of the most powerful things about Inside is the warning that it gives both the audience and the other creators. Here's the thing, the internet is a lot of fun until it isn't. Look, that's straight deep, bro. We all love connecting online, but at what cost? The internet can become toxic, trapping us in this never-ending cycle of likes, follows, and virtual validation. I mean, speaking of likes and follows, clickety-click, y'all. So look, Bo's message here is clear. You can either get sucked deeper into it, or you can try and step out and live a life outside the digital world. But of course, it ain't really that simple. We all feel that tension, right? That pull of the internet. And yet, the burnout that comes with it is pretty nasty. Now this is where Bo's work hits home. He shows us both sides, how addictive and destructive fame, social media, and performance can be. Now he's been there, he knows how good it feels to be noticed, but he also knows how hollow that it's gonna become. He leaves us with a powerful message that goes beyond comedy. The man is living proof that the very things we rely on, fame, the internet, validation, can be both thrilling and toxic as hell. He critiques the system while thriving in it, offering a brilliant reflection of the contradictions we all face in modern life. Through his work, Bo forces us to laugh while questioning the more profound truths underneath everything. The man's not just pointing out the absurdity of the world, but his own role in it, confronting his own complexities and struggles with unflinching honesty. So what y'all think? Is Bo the voice of our generation, or is he just another performer stuck in the same paradox looking for fame and controversies? Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next episode.